Mrs. Young, I am standing over here so that you will talk loud enough for the last juror to hear you. Keep your voice up and please talk slow. Yes. You are the defendant in this action? Yes. You are the defendant in this action, I say? Yes, sir. You were driving your automobile on September 7th, 1947, and you were involved in an automobile accident? Yes, I was. How long have you lived in that neighborhood, Mrs. Young? From 1939, the 1st of July. Your home is how many blocks from the scene of this accident? It is about 3 blocks. About 3 blocks? 3 blocks. When this accident occurred, where were you coming from? I was coming from my house. You were coming from your house? That is correct. Where were you going? West. What was your destination? 226th Street. Who lives there? My daughter. How far is that from the scene of this accident approximately? It is a short block. You were going from your house to your daughter's house, which is a distance of from 6 to 7 blocks at the most. Am I correct about that? Yes. Did this accident occur at 227th Street and 115th Road? Yes. On what street were you driving your automobile? I was on 115th Road. I show you Plaintiff's Exhibit 1 and ask you whether or not that is a fair representation of the scene of this accident on the day of the accident, or whether there is something in that picture that is different from what it was on the day of the accident. Yes, there is a little difference there. Will you tell the court and the jury what the difference is? The difference is the arrow here. Never mind the margins. Oh, the hedge is missing. The hedge on what corner? On the corner of 227th Street and 115th Road. Is that the southeast corner? Yes. About how high would you say that hedge was on the day of this accident? About 6 feet. Did the height of this hedge obstruct the vision of any automobile driver who would be coming? Yes, it did. Mrs. Young, tell us slowly, in your own words, how the accident happened. Yes, I came from my house. My house is about 3 blocks away from the place where the accident occurred. On that block are 2 houses because they are very short blocks. I would say that that block is about 150 to 175 feet. I came from my house and went to go to 226th Street to my daughter's. I drove along 115th Road and up to the corner of 227th Street. I looked right and left, and all of a sudden a car appeared from the corner behind the hedge, and I applied my brakes, but it was too late. The person that drove that car came across, hit my car, of course, but it was hit badly. About what was the speed of your automobile just prior to reaching that intersection? 15 miles to 18 miles, 17 or 18 miles. The automobile came from behind that hedge, which is on the southeast corner, and out into the street on which you were driving? Yes, the highest part of that hedge is much higher. That was the lowest part of the hedge because that hedge crossed like this. Did you get out of your car then? On the impact, I fell out. You were taken to the hospital? Yes. Mrs. Young, you said that these hedges were 6 feet high? Yes. Show us on this picture what hedge you are referring to. Will you make a line in ink in any color besides red? Will you excuse me? May I have my glasses? Yes, you may have your glasses. Now take your time and answer accurately if you don't mind. Defense counsel. Objection, Your Honor. The court overruled. Mrs. Young, did I hear you say on direct examination that Mr. Sinatra's car hit your car? Yes. Will you tell us what part of your car and what part of Mr. Sinatra's car were in contact? Yes. My front was hit naturally and his rear fender. Your front was hit? Yes. I show you Plaintiff's Exhibit 3 and Plaintiff's Exhibit 4 and ask you whether the red circles on those exhibits indicate where Mr. Sinatra's car was in contact with your car. I don't remember. The front of your car and the plaintiff's rear fender? The rear fender and the front of my car. Was it the entire front of your car? Yes. Tell me this, Mrs. Young. You came down 115th Road before this accident? Yes. About how wide is 115th Road? About 50 feet. About 50 feet? Yes. What did you do when you came to the intersection? I was almost at the corner to enter the intersection when I saw at the other corner another car coming. Were you entering the intersection before you saw the car coming? I was just about at the corner. Were there hedges over there? Yes, I was this way and the hedges were on the left. And Mr. Sinatra's car was coming from your left? Yes, from the left. And you saw Mr. Sinatra's car? Yes, a short distance. Over the hedge, is that right? No, not over the hedge. He approached the corner at the same time I did. The hedges are on the corner? Yes. When you hit that corner, just you see the hedges. Did you look over the hedge when you saw this other car?
Says this equality change this. So we just started to say this machine.
Oh, because it's full.
No, but usually if it's full, it